Hello everyone, welcome to this lecture where we are going to discuss about the storage class available in C. While declaring a variable, it is not enough to mention the data type of the variable only. We should also mention the storage class of a variable. So the correct way to declare a variable will be storage class followed by a space followed by the data type of the variable followed by a space followed by the variable name. That is the way to declare a variable. Now, till now, we haven't mentioned any storage class while declaring the variable. Though why we haven't done that, that will be clear to you a little bit later. Now, what is the purpose of the storage class? The storage class determines four things about a variable. The first thing is the storage. That is where the variable will be stored. Either it can be stored in the main memory or in the CPU register. So storage class tells me where it will be stored. The second point, it tells that what will be the default value of the variable. Default value means if the variable is not assigned explicitly, what will be the value of the variable. Means if I write int a, by default what will be the value of a, that is determined by the storage class. Now the third and the fourth point are the most important one. Third point is scope of the variable, that is in which part of the code the variable will be available. And the fourth one is the longevity or lifespan of the variable, that is determined by the storage class. It means that how long the variable will be alive or available in our code. We are going to discuss each and every property of the storage of a variable in details. Now, variable can be mainly of two types. One is local and another one is global. So let us take an example and see what do we mean by a local variable and a global variable. So in this example, you can see that I have declared a variable a of integer type outside of any other function. I have declared a variable b within the main function. It is of integer type and I have initialized with the value 20. Now here a is initialized by the value 10. Now the variables which are declared within a function are called the local variable, and the variables which are declared outside of any function is called a global variable. Now global variables are available to all the functions in the source file, whereas the local variables, depending on their storage class, they will be available to the function where it is declared. More precisely, to the blocks where it is declared depending on the storage class. So here if we run this code, then you will see that a value will be 10 and b value will be 20. So let me run this code. We are getting a equals to 10, b is equals to 20. Now the question is, can I use the same name for a global variable as well as a local variable? Yes, in C this is possible. So we are mentioning, instead of b, we are mentioning it is as a. Now let me comment out this line because I do not have any b variable. Now you can see that the global variable its value is 10, as well as the local variable is a and it is 20. So if I compare this, and you can see there is no error in this code. So it is possible to use the same name for a local and a global variable. Now the question is, so if I run this code, what value of a should it print? Remember, a global and a local variable have same name. The compiler will give priority to the local variable and it will use the value of that local variable. So here instead of 10, it will be a value will be 20 because its local value is 20. So you can see that a is 20, not 10. So let me change the code. Here I have a function named fun1. In the fun1, I am printing the value of a, which is a global variable, and I am trying to print the value of b, which is not declared in the fun1 function, it is declared in the main function. Now, if I compile this code, this will throw me an error because the beef is local to the main function only. So it is not available in the fun1 function. So this line will throw me an compilation error because B is not available to fun1. So you can, from this we can say that the global variable is having a global scope to all the functions in the source file, whereas the local variable, here B is the local variable, is available to the function where it is declared, and this depends on the storage class. So let us go back to the storage class. In C language, there are 4 types of storage class available: automatic, register, static, and external. The keyword for automatic is auto, register is register, for static it is static, and for external it is external. Now, if I want to declare a variable of static type, then we should write static followed by data type. Suppose the variable data type will be int followed by the variable name. So this is how we actually declare a variable. Now, till now we haven't mentioned any storage class for any of the variables. The reason is that automatic is the default storage class. Means if we do not mention the storage class at the time of declaration, by default the variable will be of auto storage class or automatic storage class. Now, so what property does the automatic storage class gives to a variable? It gives 4 property. One is storage. So the automatic variable will be stored in the main memory. Then the default value is a garbage value. Garbage value means any random value. So for different execution, it will be a different value. So we call it as a garbage value. It is basically a random value. The scope of the variable means where it will be available. It will be available within the block of code where it is declared. And what about the longevity or the lifespan? As long as the execution is within the block where the variable is declared, it is available. When we go outside of the block, the variable will no longer be available. These are the 4 properties of a automatic storage class variable. We are going to see that with an example. The next type of storage class is register storage class. Here the variable will be stored in the CPU register, but there is a condition that the CPU register need to be available. As we all know that there are a limitation in the size of CPU register and the number of CPU register, so it may not be possible to store all the variables in the CPU register. If the CPU register is available, then the variable with register storage class will be stored in the CPU register, and if the CPU register is not available, then it will be stored in the main memory. So what kind of variable we are going to declare as a register storage class? The variables which are frequently accessed, those variables will be in the CPU register. Why? Because CPU register are the nearest memory unit to a CPU. So CPU can access the data from register much more faster than it access from the memory. So it will increase my performance of the machine. But the CPU register are limited, so it is a possibility that it will be stored in the main memory and you will see no effect in the speed of execution of the code. Now, as the register storage class variables are stored in the CPU register, the address of operator does not work with the variable of register type, because the address of can give the address in the main memory. Now, what about the default value? Default value will be same as the automatic storage class. It will be a garbage value. The scope is also as automatic storage class within the block of code where it is declared, and the longevity is similar to the automatic storage class, means as long as the execution is within the block where it is declared. So only difference from between register storage class and the automatic storage class is the storage where the variable will be stored. So let us take an example and see. Let us see the property of the automatic storage class and the register storage class. So here you can see that b is a integer value, b variable of integer, and we have here declared that it is of automatic storage class. If we do not declare it as automatic, by default it will be automatic. Now c is a variable of integer type and its storage class is register storage class. So c, if the CPU register is available, so c will be stored in the CPU register. If not, then it will be stored in the main memory. So the other properties is same as the automatic storage class. Now here you can see that the where in which block b variable is declared, it is declared within this block. So its scope will be from this to this, that part of the code. Now here once again we are declaring a variable of integer type of storage automatic storage class, and the name is b, and we are initializing with the value 2. So here the b, where in which block it is available, within this block the b will be available because it is declared within this block. Similarly, this b will be available to this block only. Now as we have already seen that it gives priority to the local value than the global value. So here if we print the value of b, then this printf statement will give me b value is 3. Now as long as we coming out of this block, so this b will no longer be available, and what will be the available b? This one with the value 2 and this one with the value 1. So which value of b will be printed? As it gives priority to the local value, so local value is 2. So it will print, this statement will print 2. Similarly, when we come out of this block, so this b is no longer available, as well as this b is already gone. So what is the value of b now? B value is now 1. So this statement will give me b value is equals to 1. And what will be the value of c? As c is register storage class and its default value is garbage value, we haven't initialized it, so it will show you any random value. So let me run this code and see what output we are getting. The output should be like b equals to 3, then b equals to 2, then b equals to 1, c equals to any random value. So you can see that it will b equals to 3, b equals to 2, b equals to 1. Let us discuss the static storage class. In static storage class, is storage will be main memory, so it is similar to the automatic in case of storage location. The default value is here 0. It is not a garbage value. By default, the static variable will have 0 value. The scope is similar to the automatic storage class, means within the block where it is declared, but the difference is there in the longevity. The value of the variable persists between different function calls, means if a variable, static variable is declared within a function, we perform multiple calling to that function, we will get the new updated value each and every time for the static variable. We are going to see using an example. One other thing you have to remember, variable, the static variable will be initialized only once. So we can initialize a static variable once. Rest of the time we are going to get the updated value for different execution or different calling to the function where the static variable has been declared. So let us take that with an example. So here you can see that b is a static variable and it is similar to this code. So as per scope, this statement will give me b equals to 3, then this statement will give me b equals to 2, and this statement will give me b equals to 1. Then we are having a function 1 where I have declared a integer type of variable with storage class static. Its initial value is 20, and after printing the value of a, I am incrementing the value of a by 10. Now when I am and here in the main function I am calling the fun function 3 times. So as per the static storage class, when I call the first time the function 1, then a will be initialized to 20, it will print the value 20, then a will be 30. Then when I make the calling to the function fun1 second time, it will not be reinitialized. It will use the updated value of a, that is 30. It will be increment the value of a by 10, so a value will be 40. Then we are once again going to call the fun1 function and it will use the updated value of a, which is now 40. So the output will be a equals to 20, a equals to 30, a equals to 40. Now, if we do that with the automatic storage type of variable, then we know that it will be initialized each and every time, and we are going to get a equals to 20, a equals to 20, a equals to 20. So let me run this code and we are going to see first what is the output we get for the automatic storage class. In the automatic storage class, each and every time we are calling the fun1 function, we are getting a value is equals to 20. Now for the static storage class, when we are calling that function, we can see that at the first time we are getting the initialization value of a, then we are getting the updated value of a for each and every function call, and by the value of b 3 to 1 concept of scope, that is the static variable will be available to the block only, that will be clear to you. So the scope of the static variable is within the block where it is declared, means for this b it is here, for this b it will be available here, and for this b it will be available in the main function in total. But the value of a static variable will be there or will be alive for each and every function call which is happening for this variable a. Next we are going to discuss about the external storage class. This is in external storage class, the variable will be stored in the main memory. Default value will be same as the static variable, that is 0, but its scope will be global, and longevity the longevity will be as long the program does not come to an end. In many books you will find that the scope the longevity of external storage class, the scope and the longevity of an external variable is mentioned as global, means similar to a global variable, but there is a difference between the external storage class and a global variable. The difference is that the global variables will be available to the function within the same source code. Like in this case, this a is a global variable which will be available to fun1 main, which are in the same source code, that is stcl1.c, that file. Whereas in case of external variable, it will be available to the functions which are in same directory. What does this mean? As my files, all the C files are in this directory, any external variable I declared in any of the C files will be available to any of the function present in this subdirectory. And this is a very powerful feature of external storage class. Why? Because when you are doing a multiple source file project, means a project where multiple source files are required, and they are sharing a variable. That variable will be declared as external variable or external storage class variable. Suppose in a company you are doing a part of the project and other part of the projects are done by the different programmers like you. So part of the project means you are writing a source file for that project and the other programmers are writing different source file for that project. Now it is a multi source file project. Then if you want to share the value of a variable to the other source files which are available to the other programmer but in the same project, then you should declare that variable as a external variable. We are not going to implement that one, but we are going to give a little example where you will understand the power of the external variable. Now in here you can see that I is an integer type of variable and its storage class is auto. So if I print the value of I, then what value should it print? Should print a garbage value. So let me run this code and you can see that it is printing 73. So that is a random value, and for different execution at the different time it will give you a random value, and this initialization does not affect my value of I. Now instead of using auto, if I declare that integer is an external type of variable, then it will take this value of I and print the value of I as 10, though this initialization has been done later. So this is a very small example where you can see that the power of an external variable. You can see that I value it is giving 10. So it will be, so this external type of variable will be much more helpful in case of multi-source file project. So let me conclude our discussion on the storage class by comparing all the 4 storage classes. Automatic, static and external, these 3 storage class will store the variable in the main memory, but in case of register storage class, it will store the variable, it will try to store the variable in the CPU register if it is available. If not, it will be stored in the main memory. Now in case of automatic storage class and the register storage class, the default value will be a garbage value, means any random value. But in case of static and the external storage class, the default value will be 0 value. For automatic, register and the static storage class, the scope will be within the block where the variable has been declared. But in case of external, it will be available to all the functions available in the same subdirectory where the source file is. For longevity, in case of automatic and register, it will be within, as long as the execution is within the block where the variable has been declared. And in case of static, the value will persist between different function calls. And for external, it will be available to all the functions available in the same subdirectory where the variable is declared. That's it for today's discussion, and in the next lecture we are going to discuss about the dynamic memory allocation in C, and we are going to implement arrays using dynamic memory allocation. So stay safe and thank you.